Welcome to the ceramics room. We're going to take a tour of the room, the layout, so you kind of get an idea of what you're walking into. In front of me, when you first walk in, you'll see cubby boxes. These will be what you're accounted for with your tools. You'll be sharing these boxes with fellow classmates. A clean box makes a happy artist. So if we start, this is the front of the room. Right there in front, there's a wet rack. This is where you store your wet clay. These are several workstations. Do not wedge your clay over here. This is more of like if you're wanting to glaze, unless you have a canvas board underneath your work. I highly recommend that you don't work with wet clay because it'll stick to the table. That's why you have the putty knives. Make sure to clean off the tables as how you see. That's how you have all of our supplies down here. You have different types of texture stamps. You have paintbrushes for glaze. Over here you have your plastic bags. Please, when you use them, make sure to return them when you're done. Turntables, rolling pins for slab rolling. Over here we have different levels of types of boards. Starting from the top, you have your bowls that you can use slip or your water when you're throwing. The next level is your vats. That's only for ceramic 2 and 3. Then we start with our boards, small, medium, and large. There's foam pieces if you need to use them to hold stuff up, but make sure again that you put supplies back. You always have your little broom pans and a big butt pan and broom, so make sure to clean your areas. Also, if you are using the large butt pan and broom, take the little water bottles that are provided in the classroom, spritz it a little bit to kind of contain the dust. We want to make sure that we keep the dust down in this room. Again, you have another table here. There's our sinks. Always make sure the sinks are clean. We have a wet vac so that we're able to vacuum the floors, again, to keep the room clean. You have a reclaim bucket. There's several around the room. Do not throw bisqueware in here. This is only for reclaimed. If you're using mason stains, you do not want to use put mason stain clay in here because it will tint the whole bucket. We have our pottery wheels, again, for 2 and 3. Over here in the cart, we have other supplies like sponges and spray bottles. If you use a spray bottle, you want to make sure that if you see the water down, please fill it back up for others to use. Place one on your table per table. That way, you guys are able to use it. Use the sponge to clean up your tables. Don't soak the tables down. The little small sponges are located at the bottom. As you move around, you see 3 cabinets. These are wet racks. These are for clay in progress. If you're tall, please use the upper shelves. If you're small, you want to use the lower shelves, even in the cabinets. This is our pug mill. There will be directions on how to use the pug mill. If you have not viewed the video, then you are not able to use it at this point. I had to get it refixed. The motor was burned out because it was not properly being used. Again, that bucket right there is also reclaimed clay, and there's one right here. So again, looking inside, that's what the reclaimed clay is. It's basically, we can use it as slip as well. In this room right here with the light out, this is our greenware room. This is what we use. Place our clay when it's completely drying. Notice there's several racks and they are labeled. Greenware is the most fragile state. We look with our eyes, not with our hands. Right here are our clay extruder tablets. So make sure you clean them and hang them up as you see. Over on this side, we have a wedging table. Yes, you can wedge on here. Make sure, again, you see the putty knife. You want to scrape up any little bits of clay and throw it in the bin. This table right here is our slab roller. This is not, Ceramic 1 students will not be using this. Ceramics 2 and 3 will be able to. Then over here on these shelves, this cart will probably have students' work that needs to see me because it's like glazed or there's something going on. So if you see your piece there, you're gonna wanna come see me to find out what's wrong with it and why it's not being glazed. Over here on these shelves, you'll have, this first shelf will be just bisqueware. So you'll find your piece and that way you can glaze it. The next shelf will end up being glazed, ready to fire. The final shelf will also be your stuff coming out of the kiln area. Walking into this room, this is our kiln room. You see shelves, again, they're according to size. You'll come and get your pieces if this room is not firing. So if I have helpers unload the kilns, you need to put it according to size. Just makes it easier. You'll come in here and find your piece so you can do your final critique, okay? And then this back corridor area right here, there's a door. This is like if you have to scrub off some pieces of clay off your greenware. You just use a little green SOS scrub that you're going to smooth out your piece, but always do that outside. We never want to create dust in this room. It's not a good thing. And then over here is your communal cabinets that have tools. In each bottom cabinet, we have clasp periods that will hold your clay. Again, you can stand along the counter to work, but never wedge on this type of counter because you'll have your clay's just going to stick to it, and it's not a good thing. Okay, so this is pretty much the layout of the room. So welcome aboard. That's it.